okay to be alone. It's best to be alone. All right? For as long as you need to reconnect with yourself, to forgive yourself, to sharpen up your principles, your tools, your heart, your mind, your clairvoyance, your claircognizance. It's okay. You don't need to be around a whole bunch of different people. You don't need to be partnered up with anybody. You don't need to do anything that's going to take you outside of your element, outside of your principles, operating not in congruency with who you are, with what it is that you're here to do, with how it is you're meant to walk. Okay? It's okay, because it's all fine and dandy when you want to be with somebody and come to find out they're not living on the same principles. They're not living on the same ideologies. All right? They're themselves. They think it's only about themselves, and they're going to use you as such. So that's why it's okay for you to be alone, for you to learn how to set boundaries, for you to learn how to develop principles, for you to learn to vet out certain situations before you get involved in it. And if you can't find it just yet, that's okay. Take your time. Perhaps it has not manifested itself to you yet. Perhaps there's a perspective shift that needs to be cleansed or cleared out for you to be able to see the opportunities that best suits your spirit and who you are. Okay? Don't be such in a rush just to be with somebody. I see people that want to be in a relationship just to be in a relationship because they feel like society is saying they're not worthy because they're single. Oh, you still single? Oh, you're not married yet? Oh, you don't have children yet? And it's like, since when did those great things, there's nothing wrong with those things, but since when does those things define your worth? And if you're allowing society to deem you worthy by having those things, and you rush to go get those things, and you find out you put yourself more in a hole of depression and regret because now you're with someone that just want to control your energy or control you, and you see that you can't even manifest, you can't even pray, you can't even set up an altar, you can't do anything that's going to keep you grounded spiritually. You're going to be really upset, but you can only be upset at yourself for allowing other people to sway you, for allowing other people to choose for you, to let you know who you are, to tell you who you are. So that's why it's okay for you to be alone. That's why it's okay for you to take the time out to go on a walk, to journal, to meditate, to focus on your healing and focus on yourself. That way, you develop a certain type of spiritual fortitude, mental fortitude, emotional fortitude, so that you can learn how to set boundaries, so that you can learn how to speak up for yourself. There's no race. There's no time when you're supposed to have something. It's not up to anybody. It's up to you, and you're there for you. And if you don't get there for yourself, what makes you think you can manifest somebody that's going to be there for you? You got to have principles to stand on. Shout out to Your Day Balance Game for making that clear for me. Okay? Coaches need coaches too. You know? I think it's better when we work together. It's sad to see people are trying to rush to do things in society just so it could be like, oh yeah, I'm successful, I got a crib, I'm married, I got children. Meanwhile, spiritually, they're unfulfilled. They don't even know who they are. They don't have any goals. They don't have any purpose. They're not doing anything but just get a check, which is fine. There's no judgment. But don't judge others when they're not doing the same thing as you. Don't judge others when they're not in the same predicament as you. Don't judge others when they're living a stress-free life and you're home stressful, not knowing how you're going to put your life together, not knowing A from Z, not knowing how you're going to do anything. And then on top of that, you're arguing with your partner, your house is upside down. This is what you manifested because you allowed the outside influences to affect you. You're supposed to be the movement. You're supposed to be the anchor in your life. Things don't move until you move. But you're so imbalanced. You're allowing society to tell you how to move, where to move, when to move. And then you're unhappy. It's time for you to recall back your purpose, recall back your power, recall back your energy, recall back your spirit. You have something more important to do. And that's to always be in connection with God, always walk with God, always be in that element of living a principle-centered life and not falling or straying away from those principles for anyone. Not a man, not a check, nothing. And if you're a man, not a woman, not a bag, nothing. And that's when I think your life starts to really change and start to manifest exactly what you deserve, because now you're allowing yourself to become such a strong magnet for the things that you deserve, right? And that's when you could actually really live the life that you really want. I've made enough mistakes in my life. I'm not perfect. However, I have learned to pay attention to the choices and the decisions that I've made in my life that really kind of created a certain type of atmosphere that I don't find myself being in congruence with. So in order for you to do the opposite, you have to stop, you have to pause, you have to recalibrate, you got to go back into your center. All right? There's a lot of people with their own principles, their own mindsets. So you got to vet out the situation to make sure that this is something that is for you, because you're not only sharing your space, you're sharing your mind, you're sharing your heart, you're sharing your dreams, you're sharing your body, and all of that you need for it to be in balance so that you can manifest exactly what it is that you want. Okay? If you get anybody else that is not in a congruence with you, they're going to throw that off. All right? You will never get to your goals. You will never be on your path. You will never feel satisfied. It will constantly be something that you have to wake up and get running to do instead of waking up to joy and peace, because you have a partner that you guys understand. Together we're stronger, right? They want to use your energy instead. You got all the energy, so I'm gonna use you. You're gonna do this, you're gonna take care of that, right? Trying to fulfill the facade that you guys are doing something together, and you're not. You're drained, you're tired, you're overgiving, you're imbalanced. On top of that, you're depressed. Not a really good combination. And there's a lot of great brothers out here. A lot more is awakening. A lot of women is awakening, which is good, because this is going to allow us to balance our energies and for us to really dig deeper and figure out what's really important to us, vet out the situations, and come together and work together. If you don't operate from that space, you're always going to keep creating chaos for the sake of pleasing society or filling some type of void that you think you lack. You think you lack. You don't lack, but you think you do. And the only reason why you think you do is because you didn't take the time out to go within to find it. So start there. All right? Love you guys. Peace out.